I'm Andrew Ledford, and today we are going to be taking a look at two beginning talks I did. They're both on work ethic. And the first one, I've only done this talk twice. The first one I just impromptu. I was at a strip shopping center, and I went over there. No, I was planning on doing it, but I didn't do any preparation other than that, just thinking about the order I was going to talk in. And then I did one here in my office to compare the two, just to see if there was a difference holding the selfie stick and the sign I had. And I could see a lot of the changes in prosody, and especially the first time I did it at the strip shopping center, it reminded me of what I read about from B.F. Skinner when he was talking about intraverbal behavior. So let's take a look at these. We're going to take a look at the one from the shopping center first, and here it is. I'm Andrew Ledford, and today we are trying something new, quite a bit more difficult than what I've done so far with my speaking. As you know, I've developed a system for outlining and practicing public talks, public speeches. Today I'm doing something totally different. Instead of doing the flow chart like I usually do in the speech map, I'm just doing a speech map mentally. This is on the fly, something I've never done, and I'm holding a sign, which is going to make it much more difficult. It's going to add a little cognitive load as well as restrict my movement and gestures a bit. So here we go. Hi. So today we're going to be talking about work ethic. And you can see there's a few people out here. This is a totally new place for me. So this is one of what I call the 10 soft skill myths, or what we could also say, or you see on LinkedIn where it's the 10 things that you can do that don't require any skills. Well, I debate that. And work ethic, I think it starts when you're a young child, and how you're brought up and how you're taught, the culture you're brought up in. So different cultures have different types of work ethics. And then as you mature, so this is during you can compare it to a critical imprint period with animals, or a sensitive period with humans. Probably, I imagine it starts when people start developing language skills. And then I don't think it really is cemented into your personality, though, until you become an adolescent. When you're a teenager, then that's when it really becomes set. I think that's really when you have the work ethic set in your personality, and that is going to dictate how you approach work as you get older, as you go through college, that sort of thing. But then once you mature, you're out of school, probably then it's a matter of culture, your work culture. So if you're in a job where they support you, then you're probably going to have an easier time developing good work ethics. But there is another group of people who just like to work. I happen to be in that group. Some people would rather work than watch television. They'd rather work than many other activities. And it probably stems back to early sensitive periods when you're developing language skills, and learning the rules of your culture, of your verbal community. That's going to about do it for today. I am wishing you the very best in life. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. And you can see that my gesturing is much, much more confined. And I think that that also affects how I speak. And the stress patterns and the way I use words. So we are going to take a look at doing this in the office, which was a little bit more developed. It took a little bit longer. I think it's a minute or so longer. And one reason is I had a chance to think about why I was saying some of the things in the earlier video. I said them and it was just kind of instinctive insight that I use without really explaining why I thought that they are truths that we should be exploring. So here we go. I'm Andrew Ledford, and this is part of my public speaking experimentation. Earlier today, I did this first time, this presentation on work ethic at a local strip shopping center, and I wanted to do it I was holding a selfie stick and a sign, so it made it a little bit more difficult. That sign restricted my movement, and I also had to think about what else to do with that. So I'm going to be doing it again and see if it improves my porosity, or just how it's going to work without holding everything. So I'm Andrew Ledford. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about work ethic. And I have a few ideas about this. The whole concept of this talk started by a post on LinkedIn, the 10 things that require no skill. And I disagree with that. I think those 10 things are actually I believe they're actually skill sets or even talents. I think it was 10 things that don't require any talent, but I think they're either skill sets or talent. And today I wanted to go over work ethic. It's my belief that work ethic starts at a young age, and I'm thinking that I don't have any proof of this, but I'm just thinking, considering animal models, that it probably starts during the sensitive period when we start acquiring language skills. There's a lot of reasons for this onset and offset of behaviors, and that's something that we should be cognizant of with our youngsters. I think that then it goes through a consolidation phase during adolescence as you're growing, and probably it is fairly well set by the time you're a young adult. So you have a base range of, what would we call this? A set point. You have a set point for your normal work ethic. How much you like to work, how much effort you put into it. And then from there, I think a lot of it has to do with the work environment, the culture. So, before you're an adult, there's the verbal community that you're part of, there's the culture that you're brought up in. Different cultures have different opinions about work ethic. But once you get in the working environment, the working community, your work environment, then you are operating under the contingencies of that workplace. So most workplaces are not very conducive to encouraging that really good work ethic, so it really needs to be brought with you. However, there are people like myself who just like to work. I hate not working. I hate not having something to do. I don't watch television, so that's out. Don't like to go out to eat. Actually, I don't like to do much of anything except work, read, and write. So I have a fairly good work ethic. Even if I'm working for a company, I like to go home and work on it some more. I've worked for companies where they encourage it but don't appreciate it. I've also worked for companies where they just plain don't allow it because they don't want to get in trouble with the state. So that's my little take on work ethic. And as always, I am wishing you the very best in business, the best in life. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Okay, well, that was interesting. Uh, One of the things that I noticed, I don't have my headset, so I wasn't listening to what I was saying, but I was watching my body language. And there are a couple things that I don't like about that last presentation, some things that I need to work on. One of the things, I've done this ever since I was probably before high school, a steepling like this. That is a habit I've done my entire life, and I have had girlfriends even comment on it. And I think that this is also just a modified form of this. I would like to not do that as much. And the other thing that really bothers me is I saw that I shift my weight a lot. I don't mind doing it when I'm expressing something, but I don't think it's good to do when you're just standing. So there are quite a few things I still need to work on. I'm again just getting back into this, and I'm starting to dissect my presentations. And like I say, this is the second time I've done this. I've never really prepared for it. Actually, I don't have any of the preparation I usually do. I have a system that I mentioned in the first little video today that I generally follow. Didn't do that at all for this one because I want to be able to have an effective impromptu speech. The idea is, as somebody, a project coordinator, an event coordinator calls me in the morning. We're having an event this afternoon. Can you make it? We want you to talk about this. Even if I don't have a speech prepared, I would like to be able to go there and smoothly present to people in a way that is not only entertaining, but teaches them something as well. Well, that's going to do it until next time. Like I say, I am always wishing all of you the very best in life. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.